Imagine, you're only 6 years old and you wake up gripped by fear, trapped inside a large metal tube, your head the only part of you exposed to the world. You want to reach out, to touch what confines you, but your body refuses to obey. You attempt to cry out for help, but no sound escapes your lips. This was Paul Alexander's first experience in an iron lung. Paul was a survivor of a severe polio attack. The disease left him quadriplegic, and after an emergency tracheostomy, he was reliant on the iron lung, a machine that breathed for him. When he passed away recently at the age of 78, Paul had lived 7 decades in the iron lung, setting a record for the longest time anyone has ever spent in such a device. Polio was a devastating disease in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, claiming the lives and mobility of countless children. In the hospital in Texas in 1952, Paul was among many children facing similar fates. Polio was a grim reaper, leaving 1 in every 200 infected with irreversible paralysis, and claiming the lives of 5 to 10% of those paralyzed when their breathing muscles failed. After 2 years in the hospital, doctors began to doubt Paul's future. His parents made the courageous decision to bring him and his iron lung home to live out his days in peace. But instead of succumbing, Paul found new strength at home, under his parents' care. The iron lung worked by creating a vacuum around the patient's body, forcing the lungs to expand and take in air. When air was reintroduced, the lungs would deflate. This process, however, required a consistent source of energy. During power outages, the device had to be manually operated. Paul's father ingeniously designed an alarm bell that Paul could activate with his mouth if he needed immediate help. Over time, Paul learned to breathe consciously, gulping air down, using his throat muscles to force air into his lungs, a method he referred to as frog breathing. His younger brother Philip shared an anecdote with the BBC about how the promise of a puppy gave Paul the courage to spend time out of his iron lung and master this complex breathing technique. Paul's resilience allowed him to gradually spend more time outside his iron lung, opening up possibilities to experience more of life. He ventured into the neighborhood in his wheelchair, returning to the iron lung when fatigue set in. Despite his physical limitations, Paul was just a regular brother to Philip. They squabbled, played, loved, and enjoyed concerts together. Paul didn't just stop at experiencing life, he pursued education with a fervor. He completed school at home and earned a college degree, then set his sights on law school. His time at the University of Texas in Austin was, as Philip remembers, incredible. His parents helped him move in with his iron lung. Paul Alexander was not just a polio survivor or the man who lived in an iron lung for 7 decades. He was a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity, a beacon of resilience and determination. His life is a reminder that even in the face of adversity, it is possible to not merely survive, but to thrive, to chase dreams, and to live life to the fullest. Paul Alexander, the man in the iron lung, left us with a legacy of courage and perseverance that continues to inspire.